everybody. So I found a dark chocolate mousse cake recipe. Looked really good. Found it on Pinterest. I'll put the link down below. So I got all my ingredients out and I thought, hey, let's make it and see what happens. So let's go get started. All right, so here are all of my ingredients. Oops, the eggs were over there hiding out. So we got our sugar, we got our 2 eggs, flour, oil, espresso powder. I know, it's like espresso powder. We'll have to check that out. Cocoa, and then baking powder, baking soda, some chocolate chips, some sour cream, hot water, vanilla, and some buttermilk. So one of my videos I said, hey, I don't have no buttermilk, so I'm just using regular milk. Well, someone said that I could make buttermilk by taking a cup of milk and adding a tablespoon of vinegar to it. So that is what I did to make my own buttermilk this time. So let's get started. All right, so now we're gonna add our ingredients. Here is the salt. Everything else I'm going to put through my sifter. So here's my flour. Oops, let's make sure we get it all. Here's my cocoa, baking powder, baking soda. So now I'm gonna give this a good sift through there, get it all blended really well.
You don't have them? Wow.
So now I'm gonna give this a stir and blend all my dry ingredients. I've forgotten the espresso powder. So we're gonna just shake that in there. Now I'm pretty sure I got all my dry ingredients in there. Whew, smells a little espresso-y. So I hear that adding espresso powder enhances the chocolate flavor. So we will see if that is true. All right, so I'm gonna set my dry ingredients aside. Now I'm going to mix. We're gonna beat together the eggs, oil. Ah! Well, all the oil is in there. We'll have to put this one in the sink. And the sour cream. So I'm gonna put the sour cream in here. So with all the ingredients, it looks like it's going to be a moist cake. Nobody likes a dry cake. So, got my handy dandy beater. All right, now we're gonna add our vanilla. Calls for 2 teaspoons of vanilla.
Oh, she's doing YouTube right now.
There's 1 teaspoon.
Oh, that's me.
All right, so here is our 2nd teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. All right, so now we're gonna blend the vanilla. Now we're gonna mix this in with our dry ingredients and then add the rest of our liquid. So, okay, so we're gonna add this, the liquids.
Me?
And, oops, I gotta get this out of the way.
Oh.
All right.
I don't even know.
So now we're gonna slowly add a 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Once we get that blended together, then we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of hot water. And then I'm going to pour in the chocolate chips and just fold those in. So dividing them evenly between 3 pounds I found to be difficult. So what I am going to do is start with a measuring cup and then do like 2 scoops per pan and then 1 scoop per pan until the batter's all gone. So I have at least 2 scoops in each pan. Now I'm just gonna try to divide the batter that I have left as evenly as I can. All right, I have all 3 in the oven, so we're gonna set the timer for 20 minutes and then check them. Okay, so my cakes are done. I stuck a toothpick in them and they came out clean. So it only took like 19, 20 minutes. Now I'm gonna cover them with aluminum foil after they cool for a little bit, and then I'm gonna put them in the freezer. And then I will start the mousse that goes in the middle. All right, so now we're gonna make the mousse that's gonna go between the layers of the cake. We got the powdered sugar, hot water, chocolate chips, heavy whipping cream, cocoa, and vanilla. So let's get her made. All right, so we got our melted chocolate. I'm going to add our hot water to that. And I'm going to start blending. And blending it all together. And I'm gonna add our cocoa. Okay, so we got that blended really well. I'm gonna get some of the chocolate off there. Now, we got to do our heavy whipping cream. We're gonna do 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. 1, 2. Then we have a ½ teaspoon of vanilla. There we go. And then we have 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. But I think I'm gonna add a little extra powdered sugar. So let's go 1, 2, we'll go 3. Ah, my powdered sugar is going everywhere. All right, now we're gonna get the beater and we're gonna beat it until we get some soft peaks. And I'm not gonna worry about rinsing off my beaters because it's gonna be all chocolate anyways. So we'll start on low and then we'll work it up to high. So we're not quite there yet, but we're starting to get some soft peaks. So I'm gonna keep beating it, and then once it is to the consistency I want, I'll fold in the chocolate. All right, so I got the peaks that I want. See that? That looks good. Now I'm going to fold in the chocolate. I'm going to pour this in there. There we go. Now that, I'm gonna just fold this in. They say not to over stir it because you don't want it to flatten out. You want it to stay fluffy. So once I get this the way I want it, I'm gonna put it in the refrigerator for overnight. They say 2 hours, but it's evening time right now, so my cakes are done, they're in the freezer. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator, so it's all gonna sit in the refrigerator and freezer overnight. And then tomorrow, I will make my ganache and put it all together. All right, so my cakes are done. My mousse is done. Now we've got to put it all together. We have the chocolate chips and the heavy whipping cream for the ganache that will be poured on top. So now we just got to put it together. Okay, so we have the cake here. I have my chocolate ganache, and now we're just gonna slowly, well, I'm gonna start with the drizzle, and then we're just gonna slowly pour it on here because I don't want a huge mess. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Spread this around. Not bad at all. You have to try this. Again, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel. You could also turn on bell notifications so that you're notified anytime I make a new recipe like this. Definitely will want to check it out.